Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thank you for joining me. I hope everyone had a great week. Mine was pretty busy as usual. Let's get right into tonight's predictions so that I can make sure I take a caller. Tonight, the predictions run through next Thursday, August 3rd. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of love, finance, work, health, and spirituality. So the general theme that I kind of feel this week is going to be a little intense. The word bondage came to mind, and I don't mean the sexy kind, more along the lines of what's keeping you from being free. So this week you may be feeling restrained in some way, in different areas of your life or different people. It will be, maybe love and finances, or some others it'll just be the love department, some it'll be work. Again, the overall feeling is kind of restriction or restrained or feeling trapped. So it's all about recognizing you're the one that is holding the keys to your freedom. So no matter your situation, you're always able to have the freedom of choice. So you get to choose different. And this week, I feel like that's going to be the theme, where maybe you're the kind of person that hasn't really realized that you do have the power of choice and you can set yourself free from whatever perceived situation that is uncomfortable to you. So this week, that's going to be coming up to the forefront. Some people, I feel, may be projecting their own limiting beliefs onto you this week as well. Make up your own mind about things. It certainly doesn't hurt to bounce ideas off of people or get second opinions, but overall, this is your life, so make the best choice for yourself. Don't get trapped in somebody else's limiting belief and make it your own. So make up your own mind about things. Some of you may feel like you're not in control over your life. You're just going to be feeling like you basically have no say, or you can't control or do anything. And, you kind of can't. Control is more of a fear-based sort of action. But when you're in this space of feeling helpless and that you have no control over things, typically it's a result of your own actions. And most of the time, though, it's actually your inaction that has gotten you to the point where you feel like you're not in control. So make a choice about something, take action in some way, anything, whether it's you normally don't choose what to have for dinner, pick what you have for dinner, start on a small scale, but it's about taking action if you're feeling like you have no control over your life. So that's a good one. And if you've been doing action, and you're over functioning and trying to control, then maybe you need to take a step back this week. Change is also a big theme this week. It's going to be kind of for some, it will be change that's going to be internally. For others, it will be change that is externally, and then some it'll be a combination of both. So you may be just experiencing fear surrounding changes. So it could just be all of a sudden you feel like you need to make changes, and then you're feeling afraid of changes. It's okay. Just kind of roll with it. And if you haven't had any changes happening yet, then they're probably on their way, and that's what you're anticipating almost. It's almost like foresight, your own little intuitive prediction, and that's why you might have some fear or anxiety surrounding that. And some of you will just be beginning to see changes surfacing in your life. Some of them will be really subtle changes, more on the internal level, where all of a sudden you kind of realize, wow, I feel different on the inside. I'm maybe not as fear-based, or maybe you become aware of things that you are afraid about. So it's just going to be a lot of just internal and some external. For some, it will be big changes. Others, it's just going to be maybe changes in people, situations, jobs. So again, it's going to manifest itself in a little bit different ways for everyone. And, you know, even if they manifest themselves in not so comfortable way, I promise it's what you need. It's for the positive. Even if the moment feels crappy, in the end, it's for your best interest. It's for your highest good. And these changes are changes that you need to embrace. And, you know, also not all of the changes that will be happening this week or that you'll be feeling and experiencing, not all of them will be permanent. Some of them will be temporary, just to kind of rock your inner world and bring you, some clarity and awareness, and try to just light a spark inside of you. And, you know, so again, don't worry that maybe something crazy happens and it seems like, oh my God, this is how the rest of my life is going to be. It's not. You know, the one thing you can count on is change. It's pretty much consistent. This week also is going to be about just good old-fashioned hard work. It's really about getting to the nitty-gritty, getting down and dirty, and working hard on different areas of your life. So, you know, it's to get you to where you need to be in your life. It's kind of a stepping stone. It's a catalyst. So you'll be tackling tasks that maybe you set aside for too long, stuff that you haven't dealt with or you've been avoiding on some level. And then there's tasks that I feel that will come up that you won't be able to avoid or set aside. You'll actually have to deal with them in the now and just handle it. So you know, it's going to be a little bit of a weird week. It's going to be up and down, highs and lows. Just roll with it. That's the best advice I can give you, is try not to get too fixated on any one feeling or emotion, and just kind of allow yourself to feel things. For those of you that are currently employed, I feel several of you will have like a heightened sense of feeling trapped in your jobs, the ones that you really hate. Well, you know, just kind of remember you have choice. So this week I feel that sense, that heightened sense of feeling trapped. You're going to be like, okay, I need to make a change. I need to make a choice. And I feel some of you will choose to find a better job. Or you'll decide, you know what, I need to stop being a victim here. I'm going to just talk to the boss. I'm going to present some solutions that can make me feel better here, and possibly other people that work here as well. So either way, you're going to just kind of make a move there. Let's see. Some of you will decide you're definitely quitting your jobs and you're shaking up your entire career life. Like, I feel like that decision will be made. It'll be a solid decision. You might just be sorting out exactly what that looks like and how you're going to take it. The next action step, it does feel like it will be in connection to your passions and your dreams. So you'll be taking more action steps towards that, you know, making your dreams a reality. And that is always an awesome thing. A few of you will have more work piled on you. So I feel like there's already a lot of you that are handling a difficult and heavy workload. And for some reason, I feel like, you know, the higher ups are just going to dump more work onto you. So give it your best and you'll end up getting help. I feel like somebody will be there to help you sort it all out. Those of you looking for work, I do see some job interviews coming your way next week, or this week coming up. I do feel like the key to impress whoever you're interviewing with is going to be about you talking about, you know, you're a hard worker, or you will be a hard worker for the company. Like, talk yourself up and how, you know, dedicated and consistent you would be at work. So I feel like you need to be prepared to basically kind of sell yourself of what a hard worker you would be. Love, committed and dating, marriage, you know, those coupled up people. This week, I feel some of you will realize one or both of you are not willing to do the work to maintain a happy and fulfilling relationship. Marriage and commitment takes work. It isn't just like, ooh, you get married and you live happily ever after and you don't have to do anything and you don't have to participate and it's just going to be amazing. No, it doesn't happen that way. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort. You've got to keep it fresh and keep it fun. And if one or both of you are not doing that, I feel like, you know, the only control you have is over yourself. So maybe figure out what you can do, what your part of this relationship issue is, and maybe bring it to your partner's attention, discuss it, communicate it, just do what you can and then see what happens. Others, I feel like, will come to the conclusion that a long-term relationship no longer suits your needs, and I feel you'll be communicating this to your partner. For some of you, and some of you, I feel like you'll be venting to a friend or family member or someone else to get it off your chest. Some of you, I feel like it's just going to be about needing to vent, needing to talk about it. It really feels like a communication type thing of getting it out. But again, there's going to also be this heightened sense of feeling trapped in a relationship. So some of you might be experiencing that again. Communication is key with that as well if you're feeling trapped in some way. And to be the bearer of bad news, I do feel like there will be a few official breakups this week. So if you don't want that to happen, be proactive, communicate, express what you feel. It's not about blaming the other person. It's about getting on the same page and talking. Those of you looking for love, if you really want love in your life, then stop thinking it's going to just magically appear. I just feel like some of you will finally get that and actually head out to mingle, which will be a good thing. Others, I feel, are going to be making a list. I just feel lists of pros, cons. I feel like there'll be lists of what you want, what your expectations are, kind of like a visual thing that you can gauge yourself and you're getting clear on what kind of relationship you want. And then I feel like you're going to head out to those places. It's almost like you're going to pre-plan, okay, this is the type of person I want. I think this type of person would hang out in these sort of places. And those are the sort of places that you're going to end up going, to meet whoever you may meet or whoever you want to kind of meet. A few of you have crossed over to the desperation side of dating, and you'll realize that this week and decide that you're going to take a step back from dating for a little while and just to get your head on straight. I feel like some of you have been going hard and you're kind of getting discouraged and you're in this place of almost desperation and maybe settling for people you really shouldn't be going out on dates with. So just take a step back, I feel, is a good choice. Fulfill yourself, then get back out there when it feels less urgent. So like if you're the one that's out there going like, I gotta find my soulmate, where is it? You need to chill out. Just relax. Take a break. Let it kind of pass, that energy, and then get back out there. Focus on you first. Finances, for some of you, I feel like money's going to feel tight this week. I do feel like there may be some unexpected expenses for some of you. Just, be cool, stay calm. I know it's never a good time when you have an unexpected expense, but, it's money. Just look at it as energy. It's going to ebb and flow, and the less that you freak out about it and just deal with the situation at hand, the smoother it will go. Others will feel like things are looking up with a little extra cash in their pocket. Some of you will be, you'll realize you have unrealistic expectations of overnight success. I feel like there's a few of you out there that are like, hey, I just created this business or I just did this and where's the money? Like I should be successful. It shouldn't be this hard, or, just kind of having unrealistic expectations of what effort and work needs to be put in. And, and even any overnight success story that you hear about typically was years in the making. So put in the work is the message for you guys. Health, some of you will finally go to the doctor for a checkup or get whatever you've been concerned about checked out. Those of you who have been resisting change will feel some health issues flare up. So if you feel yourself resisting dealing with certain emotions or resisting anything in life, that's when you need to really take a look at it and deal with it and resolve it. Just acknowledging it and bringing awareness to it really makes a huge difference. It doesn't have to be drama. It doesn't have to be complicated. It really is about acknowledgement, and then it can move through you. But if you resist it, well, then you're going to have some health flare-ups. So maybe aches, pains, headaches, things like that. So just deal with your stuff. Deal with your BS. Let's see. Oh, some will be feeling stressed all week. So I feel like, just try to do whatever you can to de-stress every once in a while. If you're feeling overwhelmed emotionally or you're feeling physically exhausted, please take a break. Take some time for yourself. It's okay. You don't have to push yourself hard. There'll be another day. I mean, this is your life to enjoy, reap the rewards that you've worked so hard for. So it's okay to take a step back. And I feel like a lot of you will be feeling overworked, overstressed, over everything. So again, just take a break. Spirituality this week to me is all about action. It's not like last week where, we talked about quiet time and reflecting inwardly. This week is all about action. No quiet contemplation. I feel like this week is getting down and dirty with all those things that are happening internally. The moments when you actually sit down with yourself and then those things flare up. So then you decide, better keep myself busy so I don't have to deal with this stuff. Well, that's what you're going to be dealing with this week. So, opening yourself up takes some work. It's okay. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be. I do also feel like this week could be a strong energy for victim mentality. I feel, to me, I feel almost always we play a role in our victimhood. So there's a level of, taking a responsibility. We're not all blameless in where our lives ended up. So, take a look at yourself, consider how you contributed to where you currently find yourself in life. So, if you hate your job, you chose to be there. So take a look at it and choose something differently. You don't have to stay stuck. So again, take your share of the responsibility, then let it go and move on. Seek support from people outside of yourself if you need it. Whatever you need, there's support surrounding you. You just have to be open up to receive it. And again, only you can change your circumstances. Some will realize this week they've been surrounding themselves with overly critical and fault-finding people who nitpick to the point of depressing you. To me, that's going to be heightened for you, and it's a wake-up call for you to start finding some positive, upbeat people to surround yourself with. You want to feel good and you want to share how good you feel with others, then get some positive people around you, balance it out, or have a real come to hither moment with your friends that might be a little overly critical or judgmental. And maybe you're doing the same thing. So maybe it's going to take you taking a look at yourself and realizing, hey, you know what? I'm a little judgmental and a little critical, about everybody. So that's why you're getting that back. So again, take a look at your situation. This week's spirituality is all about action. So that wraps up this week's predictions. I hope everyone has a great week ahead. There may be some challenging points, but I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. I do feel like the energies will be pressing. They have been pressing for the last couple of weeks. So I feel like, we've got another week of a little bit of a squeeze, and then things might lighten up a little bit. Let's do a moment of Zen really quick before I take the caller. I'm going to call on your higher selves to help boost your awareness for the week, to help lessen some of these more intense energies that are going to come your way. So I want you guys to be able to, be clear-headed and aware, because that's just going to make any challenge that comes your way very, very much easier to deal with. Okay, so open your palms, close your eyes, tell yourself that you're open to receive, and I will connect with your higher selves. Okay, all right. Everybody can open their eyes, and I hope that you have a good week and it's not too challenging. If anything comes up for you, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. That is what I'm here for. So tonight's caller is Linda from North Little Rock, Arkansas. How are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling okay. How about, well, you said you're doing all right. How can I help you this evening?
Oh, I've got some things coming up that I'm worried about. I have a court date. I'm wondering how that's going to go. And I'm wondering about this person that I'm dealing with in another country. Should I pursue it, or What should I do?
Okay. So I do feel like you're carrying a heavy burden, but part of that burden I feel like is it emotionally belongs to someone else. Like, I feel like you're taking on somebody else's emotions more. And I didn't hear the first part of what you said. Did you say something about court?
Yes, I did. And you're right. Wow.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you again.
I said yes. I do have a court hearing coming up, and I'm wondering about the outcome. I had some really unfair issues going on, and I want to, I'm hoping for the best, of course, but I'm just wondering how it's going to go. So I'm a little worried, and you're right about that. The other person, they do have some issues going on that I've been taking on. That's wild. Yeah, you're right on with that.
Yeah, I feel like you need to just kind of let that person take responsibility for their own emotional stuff. You've got to take a little bit of a step back, like your automatic giver. As far as your court situation, I feel like that is going to work out okay. I don't feel, I feel like it's the other person's fault. I'm not really sure. Like, I feel like there's somebody else involved and that I don't feel like it's going to...
The officer was lying. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You were saying the other person was lying?
Yeah, the officer, yes.
Okay. I almost feel like the officer may not even show up. Something doesn't feel quite like I feel like there's no real resolution. So, like, I don't feel in court it's going to be like, okay, I almost feel like it's going to be a dismissal of some sort, or either way, no. I feel like you're not really going to have like a big burden because of that. I do feel like you might have to pay a couple bucks for going to court or something, maybe even just parking, but overall I feel like the court case may be dismissed because the officer may not even show up.
You're right.
That's what I feel.
Right.
So stay positive. Stay positive about that. Now, the thing about somebody that you're dealing with long distance, to me that feels like a relationship. And one of the things I wrote down for you before earlier today, before you got on the phone, was a hard place in a relationship, and that I feel like whoever this person is may be going through something, but it doesn't have anything to do with you again. Like, it's their own stuff, but they're like sucking all your emotional support from you. It's almost like an emotional vampire.
Yes.
And I feel like you've got to take a step back.
Well, I'm wondering if I should even pursue this at all. It's been long standing, like 4 years.
And
I really love him a lot. Are you there?
I just talked over you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What did you say again?
Okay. Well, it's been going on for quite some time. Not this problem, of course, but I'm just wondering if I should even pursue it. I mean, it's going to take a lot to get with this person. He's in another country. I'm just wondering, is it worth it? I mean, I love him a lot, and he says he loves me, but I don't know. I just don't know. Should I go?
I feel like it's been 4 years of you guys really not even being able to connect or see each other. It just feels like there's there's just too many issues and complications surrounding this, and I feel like you've already wasted 4 years of your life when you could be with someone here in Arkansas that has the time of day for you, that can take you out on dates, that you can cuddle with, watch TV with. Like, you could do all those things that you really want to be doing. And I kind of feel like the connection with this guy is because a part of you is afraid to fully be in a relationship because you worry about being abandoned and you worry about heartbreak. So this guy almost, like this situation almost feels safe because you know what to expect, which is kind of nothing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe stop. You guys could be, you know, what do you call what were those, pen pals or something, or email buddies or Skype buddies? But I feel like you really need to just focus your energy and your heart onto you. And I feel like if you actually just started going out and, you know, getting a girlfriend, a partner in crime, going out, having some fun, I feel like you could meet somebody by the end of the year.
Possibly. And that will probably change when court comes up and they dismiss this case and I can drive again.
Whatever it is, I do feel like you're going to get your license back, but I feel like they might make you jump through a couple of hoops. That's where they're going to nail you with some money.
Oh, man. Well, then, okay.
But I don't think it's going to be as bad. I feel like they're going to give, like, leniency. So, again, it's kind of a weird situation that I feel. Like, I feel like it'll be dismissed, but at the same time, I feel like it's the court system. They got to get something out of you, right? Like, something's got to happen.
Right.
So whether you got to pay $50 or something, or they make you jump through paperwork hell just to get your license back, that's kind of the vibe that I have.
Okay. It's going to be what it's going to be.
It's going to be what it's going to be, but I think you're going to be just fine. And, you know, I feel like if you stick with this 4-year relationship, it's probably going to be a little bit more of the same. And if you choose to put yourself out there and just date around, like you could still hang out with that person too, just date and see what comes up, I think you'll be pretty lucky. So I got to run. But thank you so much for calling in. I hope you have a great night. And let me know how it goes. I'm curious.
Okay, then. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I look forward to connecting with you next week. If you'd like to book a session, you can contact me at AskRebecca@gmail.com or call or text 407-374-3133. Have a great week, everyone. Good night.